John was 19 years old, living in a quiet suburban house on the edge of town. His parents had gone out of the city for a few days to attend a family matter, but John couldn't go with them. His final exams were near, and he needed to stay back to study. That night, the house felt different. Too quiet. No TV sounds, no traffic noise, just the ticking of the wall clock and John's slow breathing as he slept in his dark room. The light had been off since midnight.
Then suddenly, knock, knock, knock. John's eyes snapped open. His heart started pounding instantly. He looked at his phone.
John slowly reached for the lamp beside his bed and turned it on. A dim yellow light filled the room, casting long, unnatural shadows on the walls. He sat on the edge of the bed, his legs shaking. Every instinct told him to stay where he was, but curiosity pushed him forward. Barefoot, John stepped onto the cold floor and walked toward the front door. Each step felt heavier than the last. He reached the door and slowly turned the handle. Creak. The door opened. There was no one outside, but something was terribly wrong. The entire front yard was covered in snow. Thick, white snow. John froze. It had never snowed in this area. Not once in his entire life. As he stared in disbelief, his eyes fell to the ground. Large, deep footprints leading away from the door, but they weren't normal. He should have gone back inside, he should have closed the door, but instead he followed the footprints. They led him past his house, past the empty street, and straight toward a dark, abandoned forest at the edge of town. The moment John stepped into the forest, the air changed. It became colder, heavier. The trees were tall and twisted, blocking out the moonlight completely. Only darkness. When he hears a sound behind him, he slowly turns around and sees a terrifying ghost walking toward him. Its presence is so horrifying that his blood runs cold, and for a moment, he feels completely frozen in fear. Her long black hair touched the ground, covering most of her face. Her body was bent at an unnatural angle, as if her bones were broken and rearranged. Her eyes were glowing red, filled with something dark, something wet, like blood floating inside them. Her hands were massive, fingers too long, twisted like claws. The forest grew darker. The air felt thick, suffocating. John turned and ran. Suddenly, John tripped. He fell hard to the ground. The witch was standing over him now. Her red eyes locked onto his. Her long fingers wrapped around his wrist, ice cold. A group of hikers found John lying unconscious at the edge of the forest. No injuries, no wounds, but something was wrong. His hair had turned completely white overnight. John survived, but he never spoke again. Doctors said it was trauma, but the neighbors knew better, because ever since that night at exactly 3:00 a.m. there is a knock on that same door, and when someone opens it, they see snow and footprints leading into the forest and sometimes between the trees. A woman with long black hair, blood-red eyes and giant hands waiting, watching, smiling, for the next person who dares to follow. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe.